Yo, what's up guys? Another video. Say swag again in Interserver. And do you sometimes have some of those days where you think like, okay, everything goes alright, and you record the video and then you record it completely without sound? So we're actually looking at a recording of a recording right now, because that's my face over there. So I'm just gonna go through the video and we're gonna look at some Interserver stuff. Also, if you're watching it around the holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, that kind of Gucci stuff. Enjoy the days, definitely. All I want for Christmas is for you to like this video. And maybe subscribe to that. So, first hit on Heaven's Royalty. I'm gonna skip through the process of picking the units a bit. Okay, so these are the units. First one, idea is to outspeed it, easy kill. Second one, outspeed it, relatively easy kill. Only issue could be if there's not too many wild things and they have a bunch of double lives. Third one, somewhat risky, but I think it's good to go if we can kill the Kinky. Third one, even if they kill one unit, can mostly kill with the two others. And third one is just an outspeed. Let's go. The first one, outspeed, as expected. 0 will runes, doesn't even matter because Tiana. But I've noticed something in this guild. They have a lot of no will rune teams. That's something that's could be tricky. I missed a critter on Dominic, I guess. But that's still fine. Second hit, everything will. That's how I like to see those. So they do quite a bunch of damage. I also noticed one thing in this team, which I recommend to do differently, is his Saf was moving after his Nana. If you want to build this team properly, you want to have the Nana move after or before the Saf, because then there's just a lot more damage. There's so much more damage potential that way to screw up my team. And in this case, Saf goes, but no armor break, so there's not really that much of a threat for me, any kind of shape or way. So with that, yeah, if that procced on an armor break, I would have been dead. So was this a safe offense? No, absolutely not. But does it work? Apparently, it works. Great, right? Yay, additional damage. Then we have this one. We outspeed, which I guess is normal. Didn't stun the Kaki though, but my Shiner Martina in this case are not that high on damage. Or not that high, I'm not that high on accuracy. Sorry, they're high on damage, not that high. So in this case, I was like, I kind of have to focus to kill the Kinky. If I kill the Kinky, I'm good to go. So even though I do get a counter on this, I'm still gonna go for it. Was somewhat lucky that it didn't take the Kinky over there. And that's how we killed it. So with this, we're kind of fine. Like, even if that thing wasn't stunned and it did an S2, it would have hit on the shield and that kind of stuff. So we will be fine. But just killing the Kinky, and then you're good to go. I actually noticed I throw in Shiner Martina against way too many things. I still like it as an offense. I definitely like it as an offense. Things disappear. So this defense, this is actually a defense we've seen in EU on defense as well on net force, but it's okay as long as you can fight the 2v3. Like, you expect something to die, and it doesn't really matter what dies. You still have enough damage, then you can kind of win this. Also, a thing that you can use here in this thing is where you can actually bring like a Beast Rider, a Perna, an Ayunu. And all of those 3 units have like an extra life. Wouldn't really go for Pisam, because Pisam is kind of a dead meat after it used 1 turn, because it revives with pretty low HP. But those units kind of tend to do pretty good into teams like this, where they have a good RNG snipe potential. Let's call it that way. So yeah, actually killing this Kamoon was somewhat harder than I thought. That Kamoon had good shields. It didn't do too much damage, so I guess it's just on a lot of HP. Because Kamoons mostly these days are speed crit rate HP, I would say. And then the final set, which is my new favorite team actually, because of the Dark Robo. Dark Robo, if the enemy doesn't have that many will runes, you actually outspeed that with Robo. So Robo moves as 3rd unit as well as 1st unit. And then you put more dots, and then yeah, everything is just dead when Amber moves. Okay, and then fighting Onezilov. Onezilov actually does something very interesting, and I think that's a good thing to do in general. is he has everything on speed lead. So he has 5 speed lead teams, and because of that, you cannot really Tiana any of them. So that is a good way to counter something, and that people maybe run out of counters into those teams. Then again, getting 5 speed leads is somewhat difficult, but it's good to have 5 teams that are somewhat having the same counters. That's something Once did very smart over here. It's the same thing where is the reason why in Siege you put 5 of the same defenses in the tower, because they cannot use like 3 different counters to it pretty much. So if you can make your inter-server defense run something like that has all of the same counters or eat the same counters away, at some point they're the 3rd or the 4th team and they're like, wait, how do I even counter this? So first match, I expect an outspeed Claris, kind of a risky unit, but yeah, can work with it. I also have passive and passive to survive that pretty much. Second team, I probably outspeed. Third team, I can take the first hit and then probably bruise it because there's not too much damage threat on this one. Same for this one, and this one I expect an outspeed. So first one, as said, I outspeed them, 0 will runes. I kind of expected more stuns than just that stun, I guess. That skill went on a good target and he derped there. Otherwise, I might have had some issues. Not 100% sure, but I might have had some issues. But more actually did less damage than I expected. My Sav is actually, this Sav is in a pretty bad state. This is very leftover ruined Sav because it's not on defense. But still, it works. It works. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. And it worked out to kill this one. To the next. Onto the next, we do outspeed. 0 will runes in this case. So Once tends to have like no will runes at all. Well, he has teams that are most likely outspeeding. But the moment you know that, you just literally bring a Bernard, Galleon, Julie, and you kill all of the teams. That's like the moment you know it. Well, the moment you think you know it, he might switch. Who knows? Who knows? But that's one of those things that the moment people know you're likely to not run will runes, you should start running will runes. Or the man doesn't have that many will runes and he has to go back into Necro. Well, then again, do you really go back into Necro? Do people actually farm Necro these days? I feel like people just farm it from Elunia. I only hear people farming Giants these days. Sometimes Dragons, but it feels like everyone is in Giants. So this one was actually quite strange because it was slow as fuck. Because my line was somewhat fast, but it's not that fast. But I outspeed the thing. Like, how? Wait, what? And he has speed lead. And he had no will. So if you see a team like this and you know it's like this, you just Ganymede it. You Ganymede Rika, they're never gonna take a proper turn, and that's end of the story. Actually, I think this team would be terrible bad if you don't have will runes on the Jogun. Maybe he's just missing a rune. I think that would make most sense. He was missing runes on the Jogun or something. Because if you don't have will runes on Jogun, like literally go Musagani Rika and you clear this team like 100% of the time. So that's actually pretty interesting. So we have like 9 units from Once no willed yet. Pretty interesting. But then again, the Dominic will prevail. I think this is my wrong Dominic. I actually have a fast Dominic and a slow Dominic, and I think I picked the slow Dominic on this one, which was not supposed to, but that is fine. We have this, and I think there are some rune missing on that Robo, because I guess Robo should have moved first, but that didn't happen in this case. It was kind of indecisive whether I want to go for an S2 or an S3, but NFL says, let's do both. And now I was like, oh, okay, then we do both. So going for that little provoke, he goes for a stunner, but we know that stunner gets cleansed. The only thing is, do he also hits the NFL? He doesn't. And we can go for some Hathor stuff. Not actually Hathor, but kind of Hathor stuff. Yay! Counters! Yeah, this team is still one of those teams. I haven't seen too many of my guildies use this yet. I'm not sure if you guys are using this yet, but build this team, boys. Put good runes to it and build this team. Because NFL shows you... Fuck. Can you stop? Fucking NFL. Fucking NFL. Yeah, my new favorite team. So everything off will. So this is the point where you can show like full potential of this team. So if we go for an S2 here, it absorbs a lot. It counters. Interesting. And then actually there was another team fully off will. So only his recon was like 1 out of 15 units was will. So look at that. Damage! Way overkill. But that's cool, right? But look, even with just even with just the damage of this into this S3, this is already so much damage. Like, holy shit. It's a speed crit rate Aki build, but or no, wait, is it crit rate? No, wait, it's HP. No, it's crit damage. It's crit damage, but it has like 40 crit rate or some shit. But yeah, then this, and then you have another hits of like 7.5k on that. So yeah, that's a heavy clear. I love this team. This team is like strong as fuck. Only issue is if they do have too many will runes or you don't strip the shit. Could be bad, but yeah, that's that. So either out, guys. Enjoy the holidays and see you in the next video.